Good morning, YouTube. Welcome back to another video. So, as you can see, JZ car is kind of at a standstill right now. I have that painted. I have the buckets painted. They're still hanging up in the backyard because I haven't worked on it since last weekend. I don't know if I'm really going to include any of the footage from last weekend because I didn't really get a whole ton done. Yeah, I pretty much have just the diff left to sand down, repaint. It's not too bad, so I'm just gonna scuff it up, get it nice and clean. It got dirty again, and gonna paint that up. But this video is not about the JZ car, so we're gonna take a little break from that for today, and we're gonna hop over to the yellow car. And oh, actually, hang on a second. Also, the merch is available. So if you haven't already, head over to the Eurodrive site. I'll drop the link in the description. And today we're going to be working on the banana, and we're actually going to be putting an angle kit on it. So angle kit's not here yet, but shout out RAkits. They put next day air on it, so it's actually going to be here probably any minute. And I'm going to start working on this, getting it prepped for that. So going to drop the control arms off, pretty much everything on the front end, and it's getting the RA kit pretty much like this whole time I've been running PMC. Well, originally I was running eBay angle blocks. I snapped one of those, so then I upgraded to the PMC. And yeah, they're just those little adapters down there. The issue is as you can see, there's no lock nut on the tie rod, which is pretty sketchy. I've been running it like this for a minute and really don't love the setup. So yeah, RAkits was super sick. They gave me a 10% discount code that I can share with all you guys. It is in the description. It is JZ Janks, and we scooped an angle kit for this thing. So right now what we're gonna do is disassemble the whole front end. Got the old trusty pickle fork and hammer out, and yeah, it's time for some big angle on the e36. So RAkits is one of the like tubular arm style kits. I don't know, looks cool, looks pretty official. I've heard nothing but good things. Another local guy with a E30 runs it, Kevin, and yeah, so far he said that it's been super sick, and a bunch of other people have recommended it as well, so figured can't go wrong, test it out. And this is the budget E36, so obviously we're not going to drop money on an SLR kit because they're like $1,400, and this is pretty much the same thing. So it's yeah, it's on its way right now, should be here pretty much any minute. So I'm gonna start getting this all done. I gotta take off the sketchy skid plate I made for Lock City because this thing was dripping a little bit, so did that so I wasn't dripping on the track. But time to do disassemble the front end. Hopefully it gets here after lunchtime, and probably reassemble this afternoon. This thing's gonna be sick. Also, big selling factor, it's yellow, so I was sold pretty much as soon as I saw it. So stay tuned, time to get some angle on this. So car's in the air, now it's time to pop the wheels off, pop the arms off, eat some lunch, and then put the control arms on in the afternoon, and just gonna be ripping. As you can see, we're making pretty good progress. So got the old control arm off, tie rod end link, all that. It's pretty much outer end links, new knuckle adapters, full control arm, and hemispherical mounting, like bushings for the back there. So yeah, should be pretty sick. And now I'm on the other side, so we're making good progress. This side, E36s are easy. This is literally Legos. So you take off the front bolt here, nut, take off the second nut, which is your tie rod end link here, pop off the two suspension bolts, top one, you get it nice and loose, then you can get to the back bolt easy, then you pop the control arm bolt off of the chassis right there, and all you're really going to need, a couple 16, 17, 18 millimeter wrench, a few sockets, pretty much 17, 22, 19 are the big ones, pickle fork, and an 8 millimeter Allen key. So it's really pretty simple, and I'm gonna keep going here. I might do a little time lapse, but I don't want to waste my time doing like the removal part because kit should be here shortly, so we're gonna be able to do the install part shortly. And we are done with removing the front end. We started at 1215, or sorry, not 12:15, 11:45. First side took about 30 minutes, and second side took about an hour. Yeah, that's just kind of how some of these things go sometimes. The ball joints were pain in the butt. The outer one that was like connecting the control arm to the knuckle was nice and stuck, so took a lot of hammering. And yeah, I'm wondering if that's what my wiggle was this whole time, because this was a used arm, so I mean, I don't know. I'm just hoping that once I put this angle kit in, I don't have any more front end shake, because that's been the most annoying part of this car. Ever since I did any of this stuff, it's shaked it's had shake in the front end. Wow, I can't speak today. We're in wrench mode, not verbal mode. So yeah, just waiting on UPS now. Gonna go eat some lunch. I think they're gonna be here in probably the next hour or so, which is pretty hyped. So gonna eat lunch, feed Bim, probably take Bim on a walk. We'll see. Depends how long it actually takes. Then we're gonna get the whole front end back in, and I'm gonna give you guys a nice like detailed installation video, because I don't know, I'm pretty hyped about it, and I hope you guys are too. And if you want to save some money on the same exact angle kit, link is in the description, and so is the discount code. It'll save you about 60-70 bucks, depends what shipping you do. Alright, we're gonna do a little dinner making side quest. It's noon, but I gotta marinate the steaks before I forget, because I know once the kit gets here I'm not gonna do anything but do that. So, onion, garlic, lime, steak, orange juice, and I gotta grab the cilantro still, and I'll show you in a sec. So, got back from eating some pizza rolls. Kit showed up. I am stoked on the quality of this. Oh, as I throw the other piece into the mulch. But RAkits, link in the description. 10% discount in the description. The code is just JZJanks. So, if it looks like a good kit to you, then feel free to go grab one yourself. I don't know. Looks fire to me. So, gonna pop it in. Gonna do a little eyeball alignment for today. Probably gonna hit the insides of the wheel wells with some fresh paint, because I definitely rubbed off a little bit. But yeah, I can't wait to get this in, see how it looks. I don't know exactly how extended they are. I think it was like 70 millimeter. That might be wrong though. Check the website out for the actual specs, because I'm just going off the top of my head. But yeah, big hype. The other arms down there with the rest of the supporting components. It's got like the blocks and everything. So let me unpack it and we'll check it out. Sweet. So here it is all laid out. Got the arms, got the mounts to the body, got the end links, and we got the adapter knuckles. So came with this big old bag of hardware. Gonna have to figure out where all this goes. It's kind of straightforward, I believe. Yeah, I don't know. Let's see. We got two of these. We got two of these guys. Alright, so it's pretty simple. We're gonna need 4 bolts per arm. That's not bad. So now to figure out where they go and put everything in. Yeah, you're gonna want to do longest bolt coming through here. Yeah, I still gotta get that to seat nice. And then you're gonna do the one over here that has, it's kind of hard to show. It's got like this tapered edge, sit there, and then the angle blocks are gonna end up like that. Actually, well, I got you on camera. I believe, I'm not positive. No, that can't be right. Maybe? You know what? Let me get back to you. I think that's where it goes. But yeah, I'm gonna keep messing around with these, see what I see, and I will update you in a few minutes when I get like the final configuration. I think I'm just gonna work on this side so that I can show you how to put it together on that side. These were fairly simple to install. I mean, I think. It looks like the bolt goes in the bottom there, then it's got this little bracket you can choose in or out. I don't know which I'm gonna settle with yet. For right now I have it on the outermost setting, but then again I don't know what most of this does, so yeah, it's kind of gonna be a test and see what happens, and I am pretty excited to see what this looks like on the car, because yeah, the old angle, I mean, it wasn't the end of the world or like the worst thing in the world. I did enjoy it somewhat, but it just wasn't consistent and it was kind of sketchy. So I didn't have a nut on the inside of the end link, so like that's a no-no right there. And then a few other little things that just like were not the smartest decisions. I don't know, there was some washers and whatnot going on in there. Hopefully this makes it 100% legit, and it was a pretty good deal. Alright, so I think I've gotten this side to a point where I can go ahead and install it. Like I said, I don't really know exactly what I'm doing, but kind of winging it, going off the pictures on the site, and we're just going to kind of correct the errors as we make them, and yeah, let's see how it turns out. Alright, so figured out one of the things I was doing wrong. You gotta, it's pretty hard to show one-handed, but these press in. So I put a little bit of bearing grease on there, and let me see if I can get a good shot of this. So yeah, 22mm nut, and as you tighten, just pulls it in. I gotta go find a long socket of a 22. Alright, so got this starting to work up in there. We got the rear little lollipop on there. Now we just gotta tighten down the bolt up here, put on the end bracket, tighten everything up, and should be this side done. Alright, so we got this side installed. I didn't take a whole ton of videos on this side just because this was kind of the practice side. It was a little tough to figure out. I mean, not tough. It was just, since there's no play in, like, you know how there's rubber bushings on here, so you can kind of pivot these around nice and easy. Those ones are a little harder to, you know, maneuver. So, a little tedious, but we got there. And, yeah, so the fitment is wild. It pushed out the lower arm. I think it's 50mm or something like that. So we might need overs. I really got to see if we can clear with less spacers with this setup. I didn't get this side done at all. But yeah, I got to see if we can clear with less spacers, because right now I'm currently running like 40mm of spacers on there. So if we could push that in, then we might not be so bad. But as we sit right now, it needs overs. It's poking out like a solid... That's a lot. Yeah, solid like 1.5 to 2 inches. So gonna have to get it dialed in. But I'm stoked at how easy it went in. That was good engineering right there. And we are back wrenching. So this side 100% done. I went over everything this morning because by the end of yesterday I was super tired and just wanted to bolt check everything. So came to the realization I actually forgot to put these 2 bolts in. So that was a little bit of a pain. I had to put tension on the control arm to get the suspension to sit right and get everything like in there level. Popped everything together, tightened the bolt up there, and good to go. So now we're on to the next side, and it's kind of late in the day because as soon as I started working on this, I realized that we are missing the pieces to complete it. So I had to run to the hardware store, get a M14 by 1.5 nut, because last time, well, whenever I took the nuts off of the end links, I had to cut this one off because it was so seized on there, it wasn't going anywhere. So I had to go get a new one. Now I can put this on, get everything all hooked up, and slap the control arm in, and hopefully this process will take a lot less time than yesterday, because now I actually know what I'm doing and I have this all preset. I sort of explained the setting to my best extent, what I think it is. So we're going to see how that works, and we'll go from there. So I'll give you some tips and whatever that I figured out yesterday, and let's get going. Alright, so as you can see in the time lapse, it actually slides in there pretty easily, so it's not all the way pressed in. What I did yesterday to do this was get the threads through, pop the nut on, and then once the nut is on, I used a jack to just kind of give it a little bit of pressure. Just pop it in there. Yoink. Nice. Now we just gotta tighten the bolt down. Alright, so this is all tightened down in there. Got some Loctite on there, knocking over the brake clean. And I had myself fairly confused. So you can see in the last clip the bracket was... Here, let me actually just flip it so I can show you why I was having so much trouble putting this together. So originally I had it like this. So I was like, alright, that's right. Then I was like, alright, well, that's way off. You want to have the, there we go, the adjuster side up like this, so that everything sits level. So now that we're like that, you're gonna grab your big old bolt here, and let me actually place the camera down, because you got to put it through the control arm as well. Sorry, knuckle, not control arm. Alright, so a little bit of wrestling, and there we go. We got the bolt through, got the nut on top. I'm going to start threading the nut so that it pulls it through a little bit more, and then you got to tighten up the bottom one so that it suits the pushing in there, and we're going to be good to go. This should just kind of like yoink. Yeah, it's starting to go in. I should put some grease on it though. Alright, so we got this back bolt here on pretty good. Before you tighten it all the way down, you do want to put the other bolt in, because once it's tight, obviously, you're not going to be able to adjust this side. So you want to get this side in, and I think I did mention it yesterday, but you have to include the little shim here. So this little guy that's on here, and I believe that's only for non-M models, someone said. I don't know. I don't have an M, so I can't really testify to that or not. And yeah, we're getting there. I don't want to say we're done, because then we're going to jinx it and run into a problem. So we're getting there. I got to put the suspension nuts in, or bolts. Wow, I keep calling everything the opposite today. Whatever, it's not a opposite day, but close enough. So we're going to keep going here, and I will catch up with you in a second. I'll probably give you a little time lapse, because might as well show you what we're doing. Cool. So now that we have everything attached, it's time to just throw a little Loctite in the gaps, torque it all down, and I might actually be able to take this for a test drive in, like, after I wash my hands. Alright, time to wash up, go for a test drive. This is how it's sitting for right now. It looks somewhat eyeballed in. What the hell? Why is this sitting so much lower? I might have to raise the car, actually. So I didn't account for how much the car was going to sit lower with the new arms, since they are extended, whatever, like 50 millimeters out. As you can see, it's pretty late, so I don't know. I'm honestly going to clean most of this up, and then I'm going to decide if I want to adjust it one more time and take it for a test drive, or if we're just going to let that hold off for another night. So, first impression, went for a little test drive. I honestly should have brought the GoPro, but Feels sick. The car needs an alignment, like, bad. But, yeah, right now it's fully eyeballed and somewhat sketchy. So, not going to be driving it too much until we get it out to a proper alignment shop. Going to hit up Cam and see when he has some availability. But, yeah, this thing feels crazy. As you guys know, I've been chasing a front end shake pretty much since I bought this car. And now it's officially gone, so I guess all you gotta do is put an angle kit on to get rid of little front end shake. No big deal. What is going on, guys? So it's the next weekend. I meant to have this video out during the week. Sorry about that. I didn't make an outro. I didn't get around to editing it. So today we're actually going to be able to do a few more things on it. I want to get the front dialed in a little bit more, so I'm going to bolt check everything, make sure everything's still tight. I'm going to see if I can get away with taking off the 15mm spacer, because as you can see, we are hanging out outside the fender. I'm picking up new fenders from my buddy, so we're not going to have this ugly cut back here anymore, and it's going to go right down. And yeah, there's a few things that I just got to button up, get this thing dialed in, and we should be good to go. I'm gonna see, yeah, if I can get the 15mm spacer off. I think that's gonna be a lot better, because right now when I'm turning and stuff, it feels like it's catching the bumper and doing a few different things. So yeah, let's see what we can get done today. Alright, so I've been grinding on this for a little bit, took the 15mm spacers off, and it actually fits pretty alright. So I don't know if I mean, we're still definitely gonna do over fenders at some point, because gotta have over fenders with a baller angle kit, but yeah, it's fitting pretty decently, so I'm at least content with it. And I kind of messed around with the alignment a little bit more. It's still not perfect, but it's better than it was. I'm gonna go take it on a quick test drive, see how it handles, and yeah, I mean, obviously it's still gonna need a proper alignment. I'm just trying to make it so that I can drive it around town, because someone told me to put a few miles on the Heim joints and whatnot before I get it all dialed in, because once everything breaks in and it settles down a little bit more, apparently it can throw the alignment off if you do an alignment right off the bat and don't break it in at all. But let me hook up the head mount thing. Let's go for a little rip. So, as you can see in that video, Banana is feeling solid. Still got a few things to do. Like I said, tomorrow I'm picking up fenders. Gonna do that, spray them and everything, but that won't be in this video. That'll be in the next one. I moved the E34 and I forgot to make an outro. That's why it got so late. But Banana's feeling dialed. Yeah, I'm excited to have the rear part of the fender existing. And yeah, next video we're gonna get back to 1J work, but in the meantime, hit the like and sub, and I'll drop a link in the bio for merch. And yeah, if you have any questions, hit the comments and I might respond. Probably. Peace.
Good times with the bros and your shit, and we roll with the cars and it goes like, I don't wanna be lonely tonight. I don't wanna be lonely tonight. Don't wanna be lonely, so I spend some time with my homies. I don't wanna be lonely tonight. Don't wanna be lonely tonight. Don't wanna be lonely, so I go and spend some time with my motherfucking homies.